Hi everyone and welcome back to BS Rambles, and as usual I'm going to dive straight into what you came here for, and that is my picks for the top 3 playmakers in Heroes of the Storm. My definition of playmaking for this video is going to revolve around a hero's ability to initiate teamfights in a way that gives their team an advantage in that fight. These are my top picks for the heroes that let the player choose how and when a fight will start, and often the success of their initiation will determine the success of the teamfight. And that's even a longer preamble than I usually give, so let's just get right in with number 3, who is Diablo. In my opinion, Diablo is one of the most fun tanks in the game. He has an enormous health pool, burst damage, self-heals, and most of all, the ability to punish out-of-position heroes. I like picking Diablo because you control the game. You get to choose when and where teamfights happen. After you choose to shadow charge in, you get to choose who your team will focus down by flipping them behind you. Getting into the center of the enemy team like this and controlling their positioning makes for a very fun playstyle. Either one of Diablo's ultimates can complement this playstyle, both adding varying levels of damage and control to a teamfight. This balance of damage, self-heals, and control lends itself to a risky and in-the-fray playstyle that, when done well, makes Diablo into an amazing playmaking hero that can virtually guarantee the success of a teamfight. At number 2, we have a hero that seems to keep popping up as I make these top 3 videos. I'm talking about Anubarak. I promise I don't keep choosing Anubarak in these videos because he's my favorite hero or something, because he's really not. I just genuinely think that his kit is insanely strong. Anubarak's playstyle is actually a lot like Diablo's, except you trade a bit of damage and self-heals in exchange for even more control. Anubarak's long-range dive ends with an AoE stun. He can follow that up with a knockback in a line. This makes for a long window where Anubarak is disrupting the enemy team and should give ample opportunity for your team to follow up with damage. On top of all that, Anubarak's Cocoon ultimate turns any teamfight into a 4v5. The only drawbacks to Anubarak is that he doesn't have the same tankiness that Diablo has, so when you dive in to initiate a teamfight, there's a much smaller margin for error. A bad engagement means that you will get burst down fairly quickly. Furthermore, Cocoon is also a very punishing ultimate if it's used poorly. The most common mistake that Anubaraks make is they cocoon a target that the team should be bursting down, which turns an amazing ultimate into a stasis ability for the other team. Cocoon should be used on a high priority target that is currently not in range to be burst down by your team to guarantee getting maximum value without stifling your own team's damage output. In summary, Anubarak is an amazingly powerful playmaker due to his ability to engage at long range and his unparalleled control abilities, but it requires excellent decision making to take full advantage of. At number 1, we have the game's only Turin, which in my opinion is a crime. E.T.C is my number 1 pick for playmaking ability because he takes what Diablo and Anubarak have and he makes it even better. He can power slide in, stunning enemies, use face melt, which is an AoE knockback to disrupt the positioning, and he has enough self-sustain to take the risks necessary to make these big plays. But the main reason he's at the number 1 for playmaking ability is the same reason that it was criminal that I didn't include him on my top 5 strongest ultimates video, and that is Mosh Pit. With the right team comp to take advantage, a good Mosh Pit can be enough to end a team fight before it even really begins. A long duration AoE stun that can be easily set up with Power Slide means that your team has all the time in the world to combo down whoever is inside. The only downside here is that you are also stunned for the duration of Mosh Pit. So if you overextend to use it, or if you don't catch the enemy carries, you can find yourself getting burned down faster than the enemy. To be successful with E.T.C, it starts with a hero draft. Be aware of silences, knockbacks, and stuns that the enemy drafts that could take you out of Mosh Pit, and keep an eye on those cooldowns in game so you can make sure not to waste your ultimate in a situation where it will be quickly shut down. Additionally, make sure that your own team has the necessary burst potential to take advantage of your Mosh Pit. There's nothing worse than landing a 5-man Mosh Pit, but your team can't take advantage of it due to having low burst damage. Preferably you want AoE burst from heroes like Kael'thas, Kel'Thuzad, or Jaina. And that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this top 3 video, and if you did, please do subscribe to my channel. I appreciate each and every sub, and will continue to work hard to bring out entertaining and hopefully valuable content to thank you all for the support. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great week.